There was a rumor of rain swirling outside. Spring was on its way out and summer could come knocking any minute. Bao Bao Rabbit was on his recliner and he was smoking a nettle pipe. The beginning of spring can tease his allergies. No one knew why some of the animals were getting urban allergies in spring. Even though Jellicly's farm was a clean farm, sometimes toxic fumes from the city outside brought unwelcome ailments. ElderMother was aware of this and has been working to figure out solutions. In the meantime, she made sure everyone got a remedy to ward off seasonal ailments so their own immune systems can fight off illnesses as much as possible. Accordingly, Bao Bao drinks 3 acorn cups of nettle tea, but even though ElderMother didn't prescribe it, he stuffs his pipe with a pinch of the nettle leaf and a touch of wild lettuce. Upon his lap was a mess of papers. You see, the jackrabbits were the officially appointed accountants for the farm. They kept track of every fallen acorn and dug up carrots. They knew seed counts and petal counts. They hopped great distances every year to collect census figures. It was a very respectable career and a family business. Many generations ago, this wasn't so. Bao Bao's ancestors were often accused of thievery and vandalism. Dear reader, it wasn't always an unfounded accusation, but sometimes other nefarious and mischievous farm denizens unfairly pointed fingers and paws at the rabbits. Fine, I will just say it. It was Gertrude Gopher's clan. ElderMother, knowing and seeing all, decided to appoint the rabbits as the official accountants of Jellicly's farm. It made them feel extra responsible, and they gained some of their lost respectability. Every rabbit was an accountant. Bao Bao, as the head accountant, made sure each rabbit was assigned a task that he could best carry out. Dan, for example, was very friendly and easy to talk. His task was to collect nut dews from the chipmunks and oversee seed distribution amongst the finches. Shi was still young and easily distracted. For now, he was to shadow Dan and do all the tallying. Bao Bao stretched and took a sip from his thimble of persimmon wine. He was very happy that Shi was showing a talent for numbers. Perhaps he could do the next seed reconciliation statement. He was going to get back to his cost analysis sheets when he heard Mei Mei enter the room. Actually, he likely smelled her before he heard her. Mei Mei was always surrounded by a floating cloud of perfume. Today she was wearing her late spring favourite, anise and sunshine. It was her own creation, and she can come up with some hideous fragrances, but Bao Bao liked this particular one. Uncle Bao, I have sorted all the nuts by size and colour. We are also done with the bee count. Almost the same number as last year have reported. The stored walnuts have been retrieved and... Mei Mei had to stop like she had to catch her breath. Bao Bao removed his spectacles and beckoned her with his outstretched arms. Mei Mei ran to Bao Bao and plopped herself on his lap. Okay, let's see. How many bags of walnuts? 154. How many per bag? 24. How many bags per sack? 20. How many sacks? 7. Bao Bao placed his spectacles back on his nose. Mei, how many bags of walnuts if there are 7 sacks? Mei Mei rolled her eyes and stared at the ceiling of the burrow for a long time. 140. Right. So how many bags did you count? Oh, I have 1 more sack, but it is short 6 bags. Excellent. We have 8 trees hollows for storage, and if we have to... I got it, Uncle Bao. That would be 19 bags, plus 6 single walnuts inside every sack to be delivered to the hollows. Bao nudged her back to the floor and reached for the thimble of persimmon wine. Good girl, Ah Mei. He was about to take a sip. I have something to tell you, Uncle Bao, Mei muttered under her breath as though she was very afraid. Bao Bao raised a single bushy eyebrow. And you are not going to like it, Mei whispered and hung her head. Bao Bao's shoulders slumped. It is okay, Mei Mei. You can tell me anything. Dear reader, what happened over the next hour was something remarkable because it represented a break from what is known as tradition. You see, Bao Bao's people have been accountants for many, many moons. It was ElderMother's decree. As it was done again and again without a break in the habit of account-keeping, it had become traditional for all Jellicles jackrabbits to be accountants. And Mei wanted to break the tradition. She wanted to open her own beauty salon. She even thought of a name for it, Mei Mei's Parlour. As any good young rabbit, she came to ask Bao Bao, the eldest rabbit of them all, for his advice. In her heart, she was afraid that he would deny her wish to be someone else other than an accountant. Oh, what would happen if rabbits no longer kept the accounts? What might happen if other rabbits wanted to do jobs other than accounting just like Mei Mei? Bao Bao did not have answers, even though it was him who asked all the questions to Mei Mei. But most important of all, what would ElderMother say? Bao Bao quizzed, even though he knew that neither of them had the answer to that question. Uncle Bao, I don't have answers to all your questions, Mei Mei whispered. But I do know that painting Madame Papillon Butterfly's wings gave me immense joy. I felt like I was able to give all the faded wings a nice contrast and a bright colour boost. Her voice raised a little bit. Bao Bao nodded. And today, she brought along Mrs. Ladybird and Miss Beetle. They needed a quick scrub and shine too. As you know, Mrs. Ladybird has 7 spots, and 2 were terribly faded. Mei Mei was excited now, and she was getting bubbly with her arms flying all over the space around her. I made sure the new spots were painted the exact colour and were the same shape as her old faded ones. Oh, Uncle Bao, you should have seen how happy she was when she thanked me. Bao Bao noticed that Mei Mei was positively glowing now. It was like the time Bao Bao found a tallying error while doing accounts 13 moons ago, and he was ecstatic when he fixed it. Dan Dan said that he was jumping up and down. I had to create a special green shade with a special metallic sheen for Miss Beetle, and Madame Butterfly said that I was really good at this, and that even if I charged a pretty poppy head or honey, others would be lining up. Mei Mei paused to catch her breath. How proud Bao Bao was. His Mei Mei was not only accomplished but also seems to be in great demand at Jellicle's farm. Mei recovered and continued. I can learn, Uncle Bao. There is so much to learn. I need to know how to mend dragonfly wings and polish the bees' knees. There is also a great demand for clean-up of their pollen baskets in peak summer. It can get sticky, I am told. It is delicate work. Every wasp, grasshopper and praying mantis has different needs. I might even have to document everything for later, Mei declared. Bao Bao beamed. That's my little girl, he told himself with his inside voice. Her inner accountant still wants to keep documenting. Finding his outside voice, Bao Bao laughed. My darling Mei, you do know that you can learn anything and can do anything you want. But as you well know, we must check with ElderMother. Mei Mei hopped around the burrow. Thank you, Uncle Bao. Bao Bao looked worried. Now, Mei, I just said that we have to check in with ElderMother. We don't know what she will say. Mei Mei collapsed on the burrow floor. Her soft, floppy ears were down too, but she had a grin on her face. But Uncle Bao, Mama only wants us all to be happy. She knows that this would make me happy. Mei Mei grinned from ear to ear. This is true, of course. ElderMother knows all. But would she agree to Mei Mei breaking from tradition to pursue a new job that would give her happiness? We will have to wait and see, dear reader.